Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Now I want to talk about a common problem that a lot of us drone enthusiasts encounter. You can see here I got my little thing set up. I got my waterproof and ruggedized case and my Android FPV solution. I don't have a sun hood on it right now, but sometimes these things crash. And what do you do when your DJI Phantom crashes? Phantom 1, Phantom 2, Phantom 2 Vision Plus. What should one do when and if that happens? Now, more than likely, it's going to happen, and this is the way I would look at it. So, first of all, if you're becoming involved with drones at this point in time, inevitably we're all pretty much later phase beta testers because the technology is just getting to where it's awesome. And it's getting more and more refined. But ultimately, we're in on the grassroots level with this new technology. So what one should understand is that if you're going to take that money out of pocket and purchase one of these tools known as a drone, you should be prepared to encounter 100% loss because it could fall in the water, it could break beyond repair. But with that being said, what if it's crashed? What if you crash it and it can be repaired? Now, the unfortunate part is due to the fact of the early nature of adoption. These drones, there's not a lot of people that work on them yet. I mean, there's places that do, but it's kind of like the early days of computers where you had small town computer repair shops if you were lucky. If you didn't, you learned how to do computer repair and upgrade yourself. That's what I did. I did my own computer repairs and upgrades. But so with the drone, what should you do if it crashes, but it seems that it can likely be repaired? Now, I made a mistake when mine crashed and the frame and everything was bent. I was like, you know, I should just be lucky that I got it back, got my video back. And for some reason a crash video wasn't on there, which really makes me mad to this day. But I hastily said I'm going to sell it, and I put it up on eBay. And hey, the price is quite nice. But if I had it to do over, what I would have done is purchase like a shell kit. And all of my fans, you're probably watching this video, you suggested, hey, you know, you can pick up these shells and just rebuild the thing. Now, if I had done that, there's a good possibility that instead of encountering a few $100s loss, keep in mind that I've sold it as is on eBay, so I'm getting, I'm getting a portion of my loss back as a result of that. But had I just purchased a shell, potentially I could have made it work as good as new for around $50 or so. Of course, there would have been no guarantees. I could have put it in a new shell, it could have failed to function. But I'm happy with the decision I made because I got it off my hands. I sold it as is. Someone that picks it up is probably going to be able to take it, repair it, and have a really good deal on a drone. And I've already got my replacement drone, so I'm a happy camper. So that's one option that one could take. They could sell it on eBay. They could sell it on Craigslist. If you're in a big enough geographical location, you may be able to sell it to someone in your area and not even have to deal with shipping it to someone. But for repairs, that's the funny thing about this. You could ship it back to DJI, but the consensus opinion has been that due to the volume of repairs, that DJI is usually taking at least a few weeks to repair a quadcopter, to repair a DJI Phantom. And for many of us that depend heavily upon this technology day to day, we can't be without a quadcopter for a few weeks. So that brings up another thing. Maybe it's a good idea for someone to have two. And then that way, if one's undergoing repairs, you've got a backup and you don't have to deal with encountering that downtime due to the time it takes to repair, whether you're sending it off to DJI to have it repaired, whether you're attempting self-repair at home. whatever the case may be. But it's again, it's one of those things. You've just got to be, if you're going to get involved with drones, you've got to be prepared for that crash, because even the best drone pilot out there, there's always a tree branch that sneaks up. There's always, I mean, fortunately, at least with my Phantom 2 Vision Plus, I haven't encountered any technical malfunctions. I mean, it's a rock solid device and works just exactly as it should. At least mine does. And I crashed into a tree, and that was FPV error. And you can see what I've done. It was a lessons learned opportunity. So what I've done, instead of having my iPhone 5 on my DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus remote, and you'll see a future video on this, because I haven't at the time of posting this, I haven't unveiled what I have here, but I will within a future video. Now this is just a rig that I set up inexpensively, and you can even put a sun hood over it, and this is on a tripod. So just a really cool, bigger screen, superior viewing experience in my opinion. You don't have it on the remote, because when you got it on the remote, even though it shouldn't, there's a possibility that you're going to degrade some of your range because the phone's sticking out over the antenna and stuff. But this is really cool right here. So yeah, is it something you want to attempt yourself? And if it is, you should be prepared to incur 100% loss, because when you attempt those self repairs, even if you feel you're highly proficient with working on it, there's a good possibility you could destroy the drone beyond repair. So you know, one must weigh their options. Should I attempt those repairs? Should I be without the drone for a few weeks and ship it back to DJI for repairs? Should I just sell it as is? May or may not work. You know, buyer beware. This may or may not work, but if you want to buy it, it could be a good fixer-upper project. There's just so many ways to tackle this. And I'm not saying the way that I approached it was correct. I'm not saying it was incorrect, but what I can say is that my viewers out there, y'all gave me some really good feedback, and I wish I'd had that before I hastily ran and sold it. Even though I may have did the same thing that I did selling it on eBay, at least before doing that, I could have done my due diligence and said, well, this arm on the Phantom is bent. Why don't I try putting it in a new shell first? And if that doesn't work, then I can sell it. Okay, this part doesn't work, this part does, that sort of thing. Or maybe just part it out. Maybe I could have taken the, that would have been another option. I could have taken the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus camera off of it and sold it just as its own little thing, and sold the Phantom 2 Vision Plus body separately. And that way, or I could have sold one of them and kept the camera, and in that way, if the camera on my new one malfunctioned, I would have a replacement camera and gimbal to put on the new one if it ever crashed. But I hope to never crash again, because it is, when you depend upon this technology and you see it hit a tree, and it's just, I mean, if you've ever wrecked a vehicle and you drive that vehicle after the repair, even though it may work 100% as good as new, in the back of your mind when you're driving that vehicle, it's always a wrecked vehicle. It's just that psychological thing. Every time you hit something going down the road, like a bump or something, in your mind you're like, well, there's a rattle there that wasn't there before. And that would be the same thing, at least for me, with the Phantom. Had I attempted self-repair, or even had it repaired professionally by DJI or someone, I would always be thinking, this video is not smooth. Maybe it's because I crashed it and it's not as smooth as it used to be. Because before I crashed my Phantom 2 Vision Plus, and you can see my hundreds of videos, I mean, it was just silky smooth. So silky smooth that even other Phantom 2 Vision Plus owners were asking, how did you make your video so smooth? And there's no magic tricks. You can watch my video how I film smooth video with the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus. I've got some pointers in there. But the main thing was I just had a very reliable Phantom 2 Vision Plus. I mean, maybe there's some of them that come off the assembly line that aren't as good as, or aren't as awesome as the one that I had that I crashed into a tree. Who knows? But I could ramble on and on about this. The bottom line is that what's done is done. I've sold my Phantom 2 Vision Plus on eBay, as is, of course, and I hope that whomever won, I hope that they're able to fix it up, and I hope that it works as good as new for them. But I have my new Phantom 2 Vision Plus, and it is here, and I'm back in the air. So I'm an excited camper. I've got to update the firmware and set the compass and all of that goodness. But I'm going to y'all watch the next few, watch until the end of the year at least, because I'm going to have some of the most epic DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus videos that you've ever seen anywhere. So stay tuned, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, youtube.com/IrixGuy, and enjoy all of my videos. And check the link within this video's description, and you can find the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, the ruggedized and waterproof case for the DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus. You can find my configuration information for the for what I use for FPV, instead of just using my iPhone on the controller like I used to. And most importantly, share with others, and be sure to subscribe, youtube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day.